10 former WWE stars who need one more run. Number 10. X-Pac. Why not? Bringing X-Pac back for one more run around the block at the highest level would be a huge moment for him, and the former WWE star is in terrific shape. While he certainly isn't going to be competing at the level he once did, Sean Waltman has stayed in the business working the independent scene and has a good relationship with WWE due to his close friendship with Triple H. He is always called in for the special shows such as Raw 25 and gets a huge pop every single time, proving there is a fan interest. So bringing him in for one mid-card feud to get an upcoming talent over could be a smart move. Number 9. Goldberg. Say what you want about Goldberg and his in-ring ability, but his last run with WWE was incredibly entertaining from start to finish, and just shows how much the company missed out the first time round with its poor booking. The WWE Hall of Famer put an effort to get into shape, and you could tell he cared, something that still seemed to be the case during his induction speech in New Orleans. Goldberg's feud with Brock Lesnar might have only featured quick matches, but they certainly packed a punch and had a huge impact. His WrestleMania 33 bout was one of the very best on the card, and there's no doubt he could do it again, perhaps with a retirement angle to add some story. Number 8. CM Punk. You know he had to feature on here at some point, but the chances of CM Punk actually appearing in the WWE ring again are very slim, hence why he must rank low on the list. Of course, right now, Punk is very busy with his UFC career, but should he lose his second fight, it's almost impossible he'll fight again, at least on that grand stage, which could see him turn his back to what he does best, professional wrestling. We have seen WWE offer olive branches to countless former stars who we never expected, such as Bruno Sammartino or the Ultimate Warrior, and there's no reason why Punk couldn't be another. After all, that really is what is best for business. Number 7. Chris Jericho. This one is almost a guarantee, as there's no way we won't see Chris Jericho back in the WWE ring again. After all, we only saw him last month at the Greatest Royal Rumble, but he certainly has one more proper run left in the tank. He might be enjoying working with New Japan right now, but Jericho knows exactly where his home is, and that's WWE, and he wouldn't want to end his career anywhere else. After all, he is a Vince McMahon guy. Jericho is the master of reinventing himself, which is how he has remained so relevant in wrestling after all this time. So whenever we do see him next, who knows what he'll be doing. Number 6. The Rock. The chances of The Rock ever coming back to wrestle that one more match everyone is desperate to see are incredibly slim, with the insurance to bring him in just costing far too much due to his movie obligations. But surely it's something he wants to do, and therefore could free some time up to make it happen. There's no doubt a Hall of Fame ring is waiting for Rock, but it would seem a complete waste not to have a retirement match happen before he receives that honor, as the box office draw is simply too high. While the timing for the rumored match with Brock Lesnar now makes a little sense, seeing him put over an upcoming wrestler instead of an already established John Cena would be a great move and could easily sell out any stadium if booked right. Number 5. Rey Mysterio. Enough of the teasing already, WWE. Let's get the master of the 619 back where he belongs for one final spell with the company. It just makes sense at this point. After receiving an amazing reaction to his surprise Royal Rumble return, it is clear both parties have been in conversations, with Mysterio popping up again at the Greatest Royal Rumble a few months later. But fans don't just want to see Mysterio in an over-the-top rogue battle royal that everyone knows he isn't winning. The WWE Universe wants a proper run to see dream matches with the likes of Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, and also give 205 Live the major shot in the arms that it desperately needs. Number 4. AJ Lee. Much like CM Punk, this one is incredibly unlikely, and the main reason for that is her relationship with the straight-edge superstar, with AJ Lee deciding to walk away from the company shortly after Punk, with the connections being obvious. The problem with that was Lee has so much more to give the wrestling industry, and it felt as if she was caught between a rock and a hard place. At that time, her and Paige were the top 2 female performers in the company, and AJ deserved to continue enjoying that push. With the sheer number of dream matches against the likes of Charlotte Flair, Asuka, or Bayley waiting for her, there just seems to be too many possibilities for Lee for her not to be interested, and WWE not to see the obvious possibilities. Number 3. John Morrison. During his time with WWE, John Morrison had plenty of ups and downs, showing his potential but only offering glimpses, before falling back to simply being another cog on the wheel who's easily replaceable. The problem with Morrison was never his in-ring work. He brought the top wrestling style that we are used to seeing on a weekly basis now from the likes of Finn Balor, and he did it before the independent wrestling scene took WWE by storm. His biggest flaw was his microphone work and personality, but since leaving the company, that is what he has specifically worked on, and now he's a more complete package who could really add to the WWE roster. Number 2, Cody Rhodes. This one might be a while away as Cody Rhodes is pretty busy with Ring of Honor, New Japan, and running his own wrestling show, All In. However, with the popularity he has gained and the fact he has grown to a main event level, there's no doubt that WWE will be interested in bringing him back at some stage, especially given his family legacy with the company. Rhodes left to prove himself and he has done exactly that, and then some. And hopefully, WWE will realize this and be sure to position him as the main event talent he has become should he ever return for another run with the company where he made his name. Number 1, Batista. Alongside The Rock, Batista is one of the very few people that can really bring in some eyeballs to the product due to his rise in fame following his role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Drax. Batista has become a well-known man amongst Hollywood, and seeing him back in a WWE ring would certainly attract the mainstream media that WWE desperately seeks after. The best about Batista is that he actually wants to return just as much as the fans, with WWE being the ones holding off here. He doesn't just want a one-off match either. The animal wants to come back and do the whole thing. Live shows, TV, pay-per-views, you name it. He has stated countless times he would be very happy in a feud at WrestleMania with Triple H, and if the company insists on putting the game on the card each year, this isn't a bad way to do it.